Really happy for you, the parents and everyone calls you by name, yeah. Michelle was trying with Forrest. Good. She absolutely should. I'm not having a child misgendered and dead named in front of me. That is not happening. Give it the little French. Beaucoup de boubage. Yes. Oh, Tilly, I'm going to use that. I use she, her pronouns, but I hate titles and salutations. Pick one, I usually pick doctor, which I'm not entitled to on the basis it's usually first. Fair enough. Yeah, I still use Mrs. as my title. I just, and I can deal with she, her. I would prefer they, them, but I can deal with she, her. I just don't like woman, girl, lady, female, all that kind of stuff, because I just don't relate to it. That's not me. I'm a human being. I'm just a person, you know? But that's just my brain, I guess. Yes, it's correct, Ray. Good to meet you, Ray. I'm so glad you're here with us today. I'm just looking at the Marin emotes now. Yeah, big hug to the system today. Context, brother is half brother and government name, official formal on the birth certificate was different from everything else he had since he was 1. Ah, definitely birth year. Almost another milestone. Yeah, I hit the milestone last month, Hoovian. It's very fun. No sarcasm, it actually was very fun. Ray or Ray, diminutive of my given name. I love it though, that's a beautiful name. Used to get Skeeter. Skeeter is definitely, oof. Why do I feel like Skeeter? I can't say Skeeter. Because my silly home county's accent. Skeeter. No. You have to say it with like the Southern American twang. Skeeter. Motor mouth and chipmunk cheeks. Oh, that's pretty cute though. That sounds like an older sibling kind of nickname to give you though. Chipmunk cheeks. I get called by my given name by anyone who knows me personally, and the friend I told you about is planning to legally change his name to supplement his social transition since he's system host. Ah! Yes, of course. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Winter! So I've always talked a lot. Joined your Discord? Yes, thank you, Wolfman. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy there. Your system is called Death Growl System? I mean, that's metal as hell, Coral. I kind of love that. If you're okay with me calling you Saf, I know that you mentioned it before that you were okay with Saf, but if you would prefer Coral, just let me know. So I want to make sure that I'm referring to people in the name and the pronouns and everything that they prefer, because this is all about making sure you guys are comfortable. I had to change my name this year, which feels awesome. My family are the only people who call me by my dead name. Way cheaper and more simple process. Yeah, it's not that difficult, is it? I've looked into it before. But I haven't actually sort of bitten the bullet on it yet. Because I vaguely spoke to my sisters about it. Because my lovely niece, Evie, if you're still there, we love you very much, and I can't wait to see you in a couple of days. Yeah, Evie, because she's in here, is calling me Auntie Cozy, which I quite like. Again, I don't mind Auntie, because I still haven't found a gender-neutral version of, like, parents' sibling. So I just use Auntie. Yeah, I think Evie had called me Auntie Cozy at one point. And then I'd mentioned about changing my name in here, which Evie had then mentioned to my sister. And then the next time we saw each other, it just sort of casually got mentioned. And she'd said how she wasn't too keen on, like, the idea of it. She thought that, like, names should be given and kept. And I don't necessarily agree with that, but I don't know. Maybe it will happen one day. Replacing my passport and ID is expensive. Haven't done it yet. Cozy like Santa appreciates the labour of their elves. I do, very much. I mean, you don't have to be my elf if you don't want to. It's like, let us share. Titles are annoying. They are. Yeah, don't like mix. I'm not a fan of mix. Yeah, MPR is not in there. Hello, human. Yeah. I mean, oh, that was what I meant to put in the what I was talking about earlier. Generally, Yeah, so human is good. When I'm feeling human. Yeah, human, creature, cryptid, whatever. I am your emotional support cryptid, so. Don't mind Mrs. if it uses my name. Bugs me that it says Mrs. Yeah, that's a very old-fashioned way of doing it, isn't it? Healy and Jay use my official name now and use Aflaf sometimes. I still like Aflaf. I mean, you do. I'm obviously not going to say it out loud because TOS and not TOS, GDPR and privacy and all that kind of stuff. But folks, just know that our buddy Aflaf here, his government name is something quite wonderful. Like all together, first name, surname, it is such an excellent combo. And I love it so much. And thank you for sharing with me, Aflaf. Thank you for trusting me with it. You know I love names. Rather people call me a first name than Mook's last name or whatever title. Yeah. Titles, it's because titles come with that baggage, don't they? Do you know what I mean? Like, if everyone's like it used to be a case of being like, well, if you're Miss, then it means you're, you know, useless and unmarried and you haven't found a man yet or whatever, which is absolute nonsense. If you're Ms, then, you know, you're, like, what was it when Ms started coming in? Because they were like, I don't want to be defined whether I'm married or not. And people were like, well, if you're Ms, then you're clearly not married and you're, you know, like a, was it someone said before, they were like, M's are like lesbian cat ladies. I'm like, that's not true. And then you have, yeah, Mooks, which doesn't work for everybody. It's an interesting one. Don't even have a dead name. Still use my birth name, just not super often. Just got out that I go by Ray, so people at work call me Ray. Yeah. For my given name at work, it's like you can't stuff a bag capping in the bag. I have such a combination of that. Skeeter. Skeeter. Oh no. I will catch up. I'm JR, and that's all I can be. And I love that you are JR. You know I love JR. And you celebrate the milestone birthdays. Don't know how I'm doing the 40th yet. Quite particular to spend the time with. Good. So things have changed a lot in the last few months. I mean, I hope that in a good way. Older sister calls me Sissy Poo after all to that and said, no, I like Sissy Poo. I love that. Feels like I'm a yin yang ring. Cute. I had colleagues try to force a nickname onto me, just repeated the name I like to be called. Doesn't happen at my current workplace, used to happen a lot in the previous jobs. Yeah, Evie makes yummy Twitch food. In assume I'm fronting less said otherwise. I have a preference for Coral and semi-regular now. I'd like to remember that as Saf's only username. It's appropriate to refer to any of us. Okay, I shall say Coral. I shall say hey Coral. If it is somebody else fronting, then like I said, whatever you feel comfortable with, and I will endeavour to remember. And thank you so much for explaining that. Yeah, birth certificate says male. Calm down, Karen. It also says £7. A lot changed over the years. Yes. Yeah, something don't want to sit in the box. No, shut the box out. The system in place at work for preferred name didn't tell me it was going to alert literally everyone that my name was different as people started calling me Ray, put 2 and 2 together and said, well, shit, yes. Names are gifts, not obliged to hold on to it. Yeah, if you want to return it and swap it for something else, you totally can. Then about gender-neutral parents, sibling either. No, nibbling. I love nibbling. Yeah, nibbling is a great word. Chaos incarnate. Love it. Lady Lee is a druid, yes. Yeah, and Karen, your birth certificate has your maiden name. You're allowed to change that. Yep. Sorry, Lou. I will catch up. I do have a book of names, very much so. Hey, Mr. Dexter. Happy Christmas Eve. So much baggage. It's true. Best cozy I know with a pleasure talking to you. Oh, hydrate and stretch. Thanks, Vivian. I am catching up. Thanks a lot for your patience, folks. Government surname. Don't want to share is Johnson. So many reasons I don't identify with that. Not Irish. So no one important to me. Named John, who I consider parent, and Johnson. Yeah, that's totally fair. You gave them your name, or in the favour they had a clipboard. Yes, all chuggers are Fae. Don't give them your name. Don't give them your name. Used to work for an airline. I know technically be Ms under the IATA standards. It's different to know how people colloquially use the titles. Yeah, that's generally the vibe that I get from people when they say Ms. But like Ms is also used, like over here at least, it is used generally if someone hasn't given their title. Yeah, if someone hasn't given their title, then we kind of use it a lot for like until you tell us whether you're married or not, or which title you want to use, we'll use Ms. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. More a collector of names, always have been. Yep, same. Use different aliases. Year 2, oh my god, call from school after like 16 different names. She said yes. Apparently been writing so many names, including mermaid. Chosen surname is Aquid. Ooh. control, large hairy hermit-like. I mean, I kind of love that. I'm getting there. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll try not to say sorry. Bomity Johnson's I don't want to either. Yes, Coral. It's become a trope by trying to do that flavours. Yeah, chuggers. Yeah, charity muggers. The ones that come up to you and go, hi, do you want to play paintball? No. Well, I know that's not a chugger, but like, hi, do you want to play paintball? Hi, do you want to sign up for this thing? I'm like, no. No, I give money and support, and I don't want to have people running up to me in the street when I'm trying to walk somewhere. Thank you, Lou. Takes me a minute to catch up. I appreciate all of you having a lovely chat in here, and I appreciate your patience while I catch up. I've managed to do one antler, and I have about 40 minutes left. Oh, buddy, how am I doing this? Yeah, chugger. So, was the question mark for the chugger bit? Or I am druid. I am druid, you called? Favourite show is TV shows The Mighty Johnsons. Thought it'd be cool if my last name were Johnson, purely for that reason, yeah. No, chugger is a very nice antler. Thank you, Green. No, chugger is, I don't know whether you guys have them in Australia. So if you're out walking down the street, like down the high street in a town, like where all the shops and stuff are, and you see people walking around with clipboards who are raising money for charity, but the way that they raise money for charity is by going up to you and going, this is what we do. Now we're going to sort of basically hold on to you and guilt you until you give us your card details so that we can direct debit you some money each month so you can give money to charity. I have no issues with people giving money to charities. I do kind of have an issue with the fact that if you want to work for a charity and get paid for it, then the first way that you start doing it is by becoming a chugger and becoming like this aggressive person who just walks up to people in the street and asks for money. Yes. Did this for 3 days and nights. Yeah, it's not fun. Like, if you can be... Why am I distracted? I'm distracted by the lovely... Bye!